Before we join Dr. Don Bombay and the Tiki-Tron team for some cocktails, we want to see a little video we made. This is so cool. Now, you remember the DARPA Grand Challenge, right? It was a challenge to see if automated vehicles, autonomous vehicles, could drive, could navigate the road. And at first, they just,
it was
100
silly.
feet, and they go boom.
It was hilarious.
But it didn't take long before and now we're sitting in self-driving cars all the time.
Right.
Then it was robots, and at first they'd climb up the stairs and fall off backwards. Now they're invading our homes. Well, the next great frontier, I think, of autonomous robotics is making cocktails. So Jamie Zawinski, JWZ, he's a co-founder of Mozilla and Netscape, a legend in the business. Some years ago bought a lounge, a club in San Francisco called the DNA Lounge.
Yes, I've been there many times.
And he has now, this is his 5th annual Cocktail Robotics Grand Challenge at the DNA Lounge. Watch.
This is Steve the Bartending Robot. This is our V1 hardware. This is our V2 hardware. These are peristaltic pumps and particle photons to control them. And over here we have the web interface. It's backed by Firebase, which stores all of our recipes and all of our bottles in the bottle setup. And it can go through and automatically figure out what recipes are possible with the current bottle setup. And then on the web UI, you click on what you want to drink, and it sends the right commands to the right boards, and it makes you a drink.
This robot is called Penguin Guy Cool 92, and it's a mechanical tentacle that squirts drinks out of the tip. 3D printed segments, and then there's stepper motors with drive wheels on them to control the motion, and servo pinch valves for fluid control.
Inebriate is our robot that tries to do all the stuff you would have in a bar. We've got 30 different ingredients. The way we dispense is everything is pressurized. We've got all these valves, 1 valve per alcohol. Because the tank is pressurized, since we open a valve, it dispenses. We then weigh how much has come out on this little platform. The platform is actually sucking the cup down to it using a vacuum pump. It keeps it from falling around when we're doing stuff like dispensing ice. At the very end, in a second, you're going to see it go ahead and recalibrate itself against the end of the line, and then do what we call slam stir. We use a pneumatic piston, and then we stir it using a quadcopter motor. Vanessa. All right. Thank you.
So here we have the Dude Imbibes. This is a Big Lebowski-themed cocktail robot. You get to have a conversation with the dude. It's based on ChatScript, which is this incredible open-source chat engine, which lets you create chatbots. So you create scripts with volleys and gambits and topics, and it tries to go through them and have a conversation with you. And probably the dude will make you a White Russian. Then we have the shocking robot, where people are being shocked right now. You grab one of these probes, you push the button, and as long as you're pushing the button, you're getting a shot and you're being shocked.
So my name is Catherine, and my robot is called the Tea Engine. It is based on a 1920s coffee percolator set. You can see it. It's brewing another batch of tea right now. So I hacked into it, and I attached it to this rotary phone dial. There's an Arduino microcontroller inside of the box, which actually reads the pulses from the dial. And you can dial 4 for tea with ginger liqueur, 6 for tea with peach liqueur, or 8 for tea with ginger and peach liqueur together. Or if you don't want to drink the alcohol and you just want a cup of tea, that would be 2 for tea.
Yeah, there you go. This is Whiskey Ball. It's based on the concept of the better you perform at an arcade game, the better the drink you should get. If you got 0 points, you would get a participation punch. If you got 150, you would get Manhattan. But you got 80, so you can get an old-fashioned if you want.
This is the blaster. So our victim is standing here in the splash zone, in the right location. We've told her to stand. And now I'm going to unleash the robot. And when I do, it's going to find her face, move to align itself with it, and then fire at it. Are you ready? All right, fire. It's tequila.
That was really cool. Thanks to Jamie Zawinski and the DNA Lounge for letting us go to that competition. This year, that weird worm thing won.
Yeah.
But we thought that was too gross to bring in here.
A little gross.
Yeah. So instead, we have the second place finisher. Although you have entered many times and won
times before.
Many times. Dr. Bombay is here, along with Kiki Jewel, who is the engineer of the Tiki Bar, Tiki Bot. And Catherine is also here, Mrs. Bombay, and we are good. This is it. This is it. This is the Tiki-tron, the world's only robot that serves tiki cocktails.
As far as we know, yes.
As far as we know, ever. And you came in second this time.
We actually came in third.
Third.
We usually dance between first, second, and third, depending on who's competing.
This is not your first rodeo, so to speak. You had the Cosmobot.
Our first robot was called the Cosmobot.
It made, let me guess, Cosmos.
Yes, it was a rocket ship-shaped robot that launches cosmic cocktails out of the rocket nozzle.
Oh, that's cool. There it is.
Yeah, in fact, that's it right there.
And we saw Catherine with her T-Bot.
The T-engine.
T-engine.
Yes.
Oh, I get it. It's like the inference engine. It's
It's a very steampunk.
Very steampunk feeling T-engine.
So cool.
Yeah.
And Catherine, you said it was a little difficult for the younger folks to figure out what that dial was for?
Yeah, so my rule of thumb is that basically anybody who looks younger than me, I sort of coach them in the operation of the rotary dial.
Have you ever
This was
seen
once a phone.
rotary phone?
And now it is something very different.
Well, it's mostly, it's they understand they can put their finger in and that it turns, but getting it all the way around to the silver stop and letting go is sort of a lost.
Do they ever just think it's a button and just like push into the
No,
hole?
I mean most.
Okay, good.
They figured that out. And I can't presume too, because it's not 100% of the time, but it is definitely. I've
but where
encountered.
would you see one of those except
If
for
you've
maybe
never-
dial
if-
M for murder or something?
Right, exactly. So it is an interesting. I was not expecting it when I used a rotary dial that it would be such a clear marker between different ages and different generations.
And Catherine, you're responsible for the look and feel of the Tiki.
Somewhat, yeah. So I styled myself the interaction designer for the Tiki-tron, and it. We very much both my husband and I are very much into kind of tiki culture and tiki bars.
Yeah.
Obviously. So I wanted something that was beautiful and fun to use and really exciting, and so it really has been a team effort, but the exact operation of how you select your drink was kind of my idea. So
and the Tiki Hut and the. Now, you told me we have to make Dr. Bombay, we have to make a sacrifice before we do this?
Yes.
So part of the fun of the interaction with this device, unlike everyone else in the world who are so used to using cell phones and pushing buttons on the cell phones to get things done, you have to make a sacrifice. And that means you choose one of these idols.
Oh.
Like this.
That's it.
Each idol represents a different drink. In this case, it's the Mai Tai.
Oh, thankfully you put labels.
I thought that
on
was a price sticker.
Yeah, no. The little red ink indicates the level of dangerousness of the drink.
Go ahead, Jason. Pick something really dangerous.
I won't know until I pull it out.
The scarier it is, the more dangerous.
I pulled the dangerous ones in the treasure chest. The non-alcoholic ones are over there.
I'm going to go for the tallest one.
The tallest
there you
one.
go.
6 foot 8.
Good choice.
Okay, that one is
The Pina Colada.
All right.
Okay.
Now, for this we have to bring in the engineer.
Yes.
Kiki is here. Kiki Jewel is the designer of the hardware and the software. I'm going to get in between you and Kiki, and you're going to give us a little demo of what is. By the way, there's a lot of stuff behind here. What is involved?
Don't look behind the green
Is it a
curtain.
Raspberry Pi running this?
It is a Raspberry Pi. There are 4 motor hats that are on the Raspberry Pi. Each motor hat can control four motors.
Okay.
So for the 12 pumps, the 12 ingredients, we have 3 of those control those.
So Mrs.
then
Bombay is revealing the hood. Okay, so there's 4 motors.
There's 4 motor hats, and there's 12 motors there.
Each hat can control 3 different.
4.
4.
And the 4th one is to control the lighting effects.
Oh, wow.
And the smoke effects.
And the smoke, of course. So what do you program this in?
So it's programmed in Python on a Raspberry Pi.
Yep. And is it all ready to?
It's all ready to go.
How do we
Ready
tell?
for my sacrifice.
How does his sacrifice work? What do we do next?
Well, when the lava's hot, which if you look carefully at the volcano,
it seems to be
red and
steaming.
hot.
Okay, I'm a little scared.
It's ready to go.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Nothing
So
to be
now,
scared of.
feet first, you'll need to make a prayer and then put it into.
Bow down to the Tiki God.
Oh, Tiki God.
Deliver us, please.
Tiki Tron.
My life.
Okay, that's enough.
And then,
No, and then you put it in.
you
Now
throw it in the volcano.
Oh,
feet
I throw
first.
it in.
You throw it in.
Ah! Wait a minute. Something's happening back here. Oh my God, you killed it!
Yes. All right.
And everyone dances.
This is awesome.
Dance for your drink. Dance.
Woo! So there's
it's actively
drummers and
Yeah.
oh, it's making it.
Look inside.
It's making the
doing
drink
it.
right now.
How did it know what to do?
Well, the tiki god knows your inner desire.
Oh, really? How did
And
it? Is it doing face recognition?
Well, do you want to geek out a minute?
Yeah.
So you want to go?
That's
Do
what we're
you
here
want to
for,
try
right?
and figure it out, or do you want to?
Oh, is it a little
There you go.
RFID
Yep.
chip?
That's
So
right.
look at that.
That's right.
Look at that. There's a little RFID chip in the base of it.
How did
So-
you guys not win first place?
This is so cool.
Seriously, this is awesome.
So you're actually there's an RFID reader in there.
Yep. There's an RFID reader in the back. Do
So once this enters in,
you want the geek tour back here?
yeah, let's come
All right,
on,
let's
come on,
do the
let's go
geek tour.
back, kids.
So
Holy
the Raspberry
cow.
Pi is in here. We have to protect it from liquids, right?
Yeah, so you got a rubber keyboard.
So you've got
and it's in a Tupperware.
Yeah, this is a waterproof
That's
keyboard.
the nicest
There's
Raspberry
the
Pi
four.
case ever.
Thank you. So this controls all the pumps.
lot of pina
We have that
colada mix.
connected to the pumps.
Okay.
The DB9 connects to the butt end
Totally
of the,
should have won this. This is amazing.
the only volcano with a DB9 in its butt. And also all the connectors.
We got it. No,
I
we
got
got
it.
You got it. Good.
Yeah.
All the connectors are different so that if anybody's setting it up, that they won't set it up wrong.
Oh, good. You can't.
You want to make
can't
sure
plug it in wrong. That's
that
important.
it's easy
Yep.
to set up.
So you won't always be around to help.
Right. I mean,
Can I put the seahorse in?
Sure. Oh, wait, let's get
Yeah,
it.
let's
Let's
get
go.
it.
Switch,
cup.
switch out
I think
cup,
I
fresh
need
cups.
to accept my.
First, you got to taste yours.
First, you have to
Yes.
stir this.
Okay.
There you go, sir.
So,
almost
there's
looks
quite an
smoky
array
for
of
you.
beverages.
Thank you very much.
Good.
That has to be
Those are the
connected properly
ingredients.
too, otherwise
Yep.
you won't make the right drink.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're all labeled in there. So when we put
Okay.
when we
You
put
know
the
what to
tubing
hook
in,
up?
and there's actually
actually
lights
really
on the
good.
back that light up. You
I'm
can
gonna
see
keep
which
this.
one lights up on
This
the
is
back.
yummy.
Really amazing. Has it tasted
Yeah.
good?
Yeah, it's really good.
Now this is a seahorse, so this is a mild.
I'm a believer.
This is a family-friendly beverage. Is that
No.
right?
No.
No,
Blue
this
one.
is one of the most popular tiki drinks ever made, called the Mai Tai.
I love Mai Tais.
Mai Tais
Invented
are
in
good.
Oakland, California.
Rum, a little pineapple.
Vicks.
Right, so now you have to bow
Okay.
down to the great tiki god.
But while I'm
Okay.
bowing, Alex, you should show what's happening behind the scenes.
All right.
Yeah,
Because we
can-
want to see this actually. Can you see it drop
Can you-
in?
I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see that stuff. You can also see the code shows what it's doing on the screen.
Where's the RFID reader?
It's right here.
Oh wow,
tucked
that's so
in.
cool. So it's close enough. If you get within a foot of that, it can read that. It's
Not
not
quite a
NFC.
foot.
It's actually about an inch.
It's RFID.
Yeah, it's about
so
an inch.
Pretty,
It's-
in an
you
inch.
have to be
Okay.
pretty close.
So
Yep.
is it possible to miss?
You can turn it upside
Very,
down.
very rarely it has, but we're pretty spot on now.
All right. Oh, great tiki god. Oh, great tiki. I beseech you.
You're going to
prepare for
enjoy
me
a drink.
the drink
is
of the
true.
gods, the elixir of the gods. And I drop in the seahorse.
Volume.
And the song. Yeah, that's all.
There's the code running on the Raspberry Pi. Look at that.
See?
It identifies
Yeah,
what
the
it's going to
audio
go
plug
in.
in.
It's a
really
little dark
nice
rum, a
cup,
little gold
too.
rum.
Really nice glass.
Wow, that's so cool. That is really amazing. A little curacao, orange juice, simple syrup, and those measurements. 0.22 is that 0.22?
How do you do this?
Ounces. Is
Ounces.
all. It's in ounces.
It's in ounces.
And everything
I
is
can't do
very,
that.
it's
Sorry.
very calibrated.
I really
so
wanted to
the
rank
recipes
it
that
up a
Dr.
notch.
Bombay has given me are
So,
very
Dr.
accurate.
Bombay, you have crafted these recipes from an old family tradition.
Yes.
Did it put ice in there too?
No, it doesn't put the ice in. We put the
Ice,
ice
it
in,
comes
yeah.
with ice. Okay.
Yes.
Well, it comes with
we
the
wish.
ice.
And there you go, sir.
Thank you.
A
And
proper
lovely,
tiki
by the
cocktail.
way, a really beautiful
Yeah.
tiki. And
Traditional
look, it's
Moai.
frosty.
Yeah.
These are nice. It's perfect. It's the perfect Mai Tai. How did you research this?
Yeah.
Well,
How many iterations?
Over many long nights.
absolutely correct. We had to figure out how to convert the standard pour that a bartender does,
Right.
like number of seconds of pour, and converting it into milliseconds of timing of the valve with the peristaltic pumps.
Holy cow. Wait a minute. Did you say peristaltic pumps?
Yes. Flip that lid. They're right there.
So the motor hats on the Raspberry Pi control these peristaltic pumps.
yes.
Yep.
Now,
Wow.
I only know peristalsis from biology. It's
So-
your intestinal squeezing.
It's the same concept.
Yes.
So the idea is that inside those pumps, there's 3 wheels that squeeze the tube and sucks the liquids through. So the liquids never come in contact with anything except the tube itself.
Oh, very interesting.
So it's kept
they're
clean.
flexible
It's
tubes.
kept very thin.
Flexible tubes. So it's constantly running to bring the liquid across, and there's no contamination.
Come on, Jerry. I know you want to taste one of these. Should we get Jerry to throw in a? Sure. Might as well. Pick your.
Queued
pick
up
your
and ready to
poison.
go.
We happen to have another one. Let's try this one here.
So,
These are the non-alcoholic ones, and these are the alcoholic ones.
There's a menu if you want to look at the menu, and then.
Oh, so this is our
titles.
special
Oh
drink.
yeah, Trader Vic's grog.
Trader Vic grog is my second favorite drink.
Another good choice.
That's my favorite.
It requires a secret ingredient, which I'll add later.
Actually, I have a
wait,
question.
wait.
Sorry. No.
Your question?
No. Continue.
Okay.
I don't want to
Don't
interrupt.
pray.
Oh, Tiki Tron. Tiki Tron.
It's
Trader
true.
Vic was
You are
a
amazing.
legend.
You make wonderful
a
drinks.
legend in San
Drop it
Francisco.
in.
He was a one-legged bartender.
Whoa.
We have a different scream for every drink.
Oh, every drink has a different scream.
Yes.
Are those
That's
screams
smart.
Dr. Bombay's voice?
We have a crew of people that helped out.
Look at that.
Lots of volunteers.
Look at that. So you're using the Adafruit for the hats, the Adafruit DC and stepper motor hats.
Yep,
Those are the
that's
ones
right.
you prefer.
Yep.
Yes. Adafruit does some great stuff.
Almost everything's Adafruit.
Where did you get the peristaltic pumps?
Also from Adafruit.
also?
Adafruit as well.
Yep.
Dang.
Yep.
Now, are any of the drinks outside of like standard bar drinks? Like you design the drinks themselves?
Yeah, the kid drinks, all those kid drinks except for the non-alcoholic Scorpion that you provided us, were all designed by my daughter and her friends.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
That's
How
great.
I have a mode actually where they can test new drinks where they can say a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it'll
So
squirt a
does
tenth
this
of an
live in
ounce.
your house when it's
It-
not
it
on the
does.
road traveling?
It does, and there are no health benefits to having a rum
How old is your
cocktail.
daughter?
She's 12.
What's her name?
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Jewel.
These are Charlotte designed soft
cheers.
drinks. Charlotte and Friends. That actually is a fabulous Mai Tai. Can we all make one of these in our own home? Do you have the recipe for the
Well, the code is
engineering and stuff?
online. And
The code is up on
You can
GitHub.
create your own
Nice.
variation of a
Which
drink machine.
GitHub channel are you on?
Kiki.org. Kikiorg.
Org on
GitHub is where my
Okay.
code is.
Okay. So you can read the code, and then actually you probably can deduce from that what you need. But do you have a list
modify
there
it
as well?
for-
Yeah.
Yeah, you can modify
It's
it.
a
for how
Raspberry
you
Pi
want.
3. Does it matter? You probably could use an older
Yeah,
Raspberry
you could use
Pi.
it,
It's
yeah.
not a lot of code, not a lot
Yeah,
of
it's written for a
cogitating.
3. Yeah,
Okay.
it's written for a 3.
12 peristaltic pumps. You need the motor hats. And of course, Catherine, did you build this yourself?
So my dear friend Megan Lush, who's an artist here in Petaluma, actually sculpted the tiki volcano body.
Petaluma is the place to go for stuff like
Yeah,
that.
no kidding. It's true.
I don't know why.
Yep.
Yeah, but we fabricated the tiki hut.
Titanium works.
You know, added a lot of the details, and it's really what I love about this project is that it's very collaborative. It's a team
It
effort.
is. It's neat. There's a bunch of people. Yeah.
Definitely. So it's nice because some people, you know, everybody brings something different to the party, and they really can. We benefit from the skill set of a larger group of collaborators.
What a great project. This
So
is
now,
fun.
you're around your home. There's not an event or anything like that. You're bored. You want a drink.
Yeah,
Do you go
you
into
can
the living room where
you
the tiki bot
sacrifice,
is and
yeah.
just like fire it up and you're like, all right, there's my
sometimes.
drink.
I actually have a story. So the first time I've been working on this for a couple of months. Yeah, he already knows
many
the story.
stories.
I've been working on this a couple of months, and you know, I was like, darn, you know, I've been working on this so much, I want to have a drink. So I went out and I bought all the ingredients and hooked it all up. And that was when we were making much bigger ones. We don't do that anymore
Yeah, this
for
is
safety
not very
reasons.
big. I think for safety reasons. Yeah.
For safety reasons. So I was about halfway through my drink, and my husband was on business, and I was texting him, and I was like, can't type. And then all of a sudden I look around, I'm like, I don't know where my drink went. And my daughter said, you're drunk. And I've cut you off.
She took it away.
She took my
Right
drink
on.
away. She took my drink away. I couldn't find my drink. She was mad. I was gone.
Mom, you've had enough. I'm going to cut you off.
She pulled the power out of the Raspberry Pi and that was it. It was over.
This is awesome. Well, if you can't code, you probably had too much tiki juice. This is really cool. This is, once again, the Tiki Bot.
Tiki Tron.
Tiki Tron.
Drinkbot.
From Dr. Drinkbot, from Dr. Bombay, his wife.
Maybe we should
Mrs.
cut you
Bombay.
off here.
It's a little stronger than I thought, but it's very good. Very good. And it really is fun. What a party.
Yeah,
What a party.
awesome
Have you had
stuff.
parties with this?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah. Constantly. All right. Well, congratulations. I think you've really. I don't. You know what? I would say you were robbed, but I think you deserve. You won our hearts. Let's put it that way. Really, really nice. Thank you, Kiki. Thank you, Dr. Bombay. Kiki Jewel. Thank you, Catherine. And I say let's sacrifice some more.
Let's go do it.
Yeah.
God is wonderful. Jason, I got some bad news.
What's that?
We got to review that Acer Chromebook.
Yeah, it's going to be so
All right.
much fun.
I'll
Let's do
see
it
y'all
after
later.
this.
Bye-bye. Let's walk.
You guys, thank you.
Oh, my.